So the type of sandboxes are developer sandbox, developer pro, partial data, and full sandbox. Okay, so these are the types of sandboxes we can create in with the unlimited version of Salesforce. Okay, so you will be coming to know what is developer, what is developer pro, what is partial data, what is full sandbox in the later sessions. There is nothing to worry about them. So firstly, what we do is the software development cycle in Salesforce is we basically follow, every organization is following agile methodology. You have to include this one in your CV. Though you are not having much knowledge of it, you have to include it. This is very popular methodology. In this methodology, what we do is we take high priority items which are very important to the business. If you wanted to start some business, what is very basic to start, so that I can start today itself, or else I can start within a month. We have some traditional development life cycle methodologies like waterfall model. There is one methodology called waterfall. In this, what the developers do is the developers will take the requirements and they develop it. So the client cannot use the software until the product is fully developed. But in agile methodology, what you can do is you can take very high priority items so that the client can start his business as early as possible. Okay, we'll be taking high priority items and we develop them in a month or 2 months and we give it to the client so that client starts his business, and we'll take the next high priority items, we develop them and we release them, and in the next cycle we take next high priority items. Likewise, we'll be continuously developing the application without interrupting the client business. Whereas the traditional methods, the client cannot use the application until the application is fully developed. Okay, so that is the main advantage of agile methodology. That is the reason most of the software companies are using this methodology. Okay, so you have to have this knowledge about agile methodology, so you have to include it. Okay, so what we do is we take the requirements from the client and we develop it in a developer sandbox. We develop this, whatever the requirements we have taken from the client, we develop them in the developer sandbox. After that, QA people has to test this. We don't give our developer sandbox credentials to QA people. Okay, so what we do is we create another sandbox and you can rename your sandbox on any name. Okay, a sandbox can be named after anything. Okay, so for developing we will be using this developer, some developer sandbox. Okay, maybe that may be based on the client name also, and after that we'll be having some separate sandbox for QA. This is only for testing people. So they'll be writing the test cases and they'll be doing some negative testing and regression testing and everything. They do almost all kinds of testing. Okay, so this is a separate sandbox designed only for the testing people. The testing people will do their testing in this sandbox. They don't touch our developer sandbox. What we do is we develop our code in developer sandbox, and whatever we developed, we deploy all the development done by the developers to the QA sandbox. Once everything is fine, then in the previous organization where I worked, we will be moving the same to full sandbox. So many people will call it as full SB. Okay, so if QA people say that okay everything is fine, then we move the code to full SB. So full SB is having some test data. We will be testing the development with the test data. Okay, anyway in the developer sandbox also we will be testing with the test data, and QA people also will be testing the test data. But full SB is the sandbox where all the integrations will work. Okay, suppose take this example. Maybe take the example of FedEx. FedEx is the courier agency. Okay, they have the branches all over the world. So courier agency guy may travel by taking his truck. He may be traveling by truck. Okay, he got lot of goods in the truck and he is traveling by truck. Okay, so in our Salesforce sandbox we need to have weather integration, because if he is going by truck, he need to be very much aware of the weather in his surroundings. Okay, he need to have the weather report in the surroundings. So weather forecast he need to have. So what I did is I integrated my Salesforce with weather integration. Okay, something like I used some third party application. So there are so many third party applications to know the weather. In mobile also you will be having some application to see the weather forecast, right? So I integrated my Salesforce with that weather integration, and apart from that there are lot many integrations like that. Okay, so I cannot implement all the integrations at a time in developer sandbox, because the efficiency of developer sandbox is somewhat less compared to full sandbox. Full sandbox will be having full efficiency, like we can do as much we can do. Okay, so that is why with all the integrations we will be testing whatever the code we developed in full SB. If everything is fine, if there are no defects found, then we will be moving the code to the production. So this is the way you have to do if you want to implement something in the production. Even it might be a very small modification, but you need to follow the cycle. Go to developer sandbox, develop it and thoroughly test it and submit it to QA. QA people will write test cases. They'll be having some negative testing, regression testing, unit testing, everything they do. And after that, that code will be moving to QA. I mean, QA people will do that. QA people will work in QA sandbox. After that, again, one round of testing will be done in full SP. If there is nothing wrong, there is no defects found, then the code will be moved to production. So this is the regular structure followed by every organization. So if someone tells you something, then you should not directly go and do any modification in production. Even though they tell you, you need to think of the consequences before you do, because the client may be asking you to do directly it in production, but you should be in a position to explain what are the consequences of it. So after finishing the entire development and admin topics, you will be definitely aware of the impact of doing modifications directly in the production. Okay, so this is the normal way, normal flow of the development. So yeah, let me go to the basics of Salesforce. See, every organization will be having a marketing cloud, sales cloud, and service cloud. Okay, so there are customer care representatives, right? So some people may be on the sales side. Okay, some people may be on the service side, and some people may be on the marketing side. So these different three clouds are having different certifications. We as a developer should not consider them. Okay, this is just for the customer care people. Do the service cloud certification, sales cloud certification, it is good if you do that, but as a developer, if you have platform developer 1, platform developer 2, that is good. And after that, if you have some certifications, if you really wanted to become a business analyst, if you are from management stream and you don't like coding and all, then you can go for business analyst. So business analyst will be having some separate certification, and apart from that there are architects and consultants. Okay, so these different roles have different certification, but as a developer, as a very basic need, we need to have platform 1 developer. Okay, so the marketing cloud will be dealing with campaigns, and sales cloud will be dealing with leads, accounts, contacts, opportunities. These are the different objects. And service cloud is dealing with cases. So if we got any complaint from a customer, then we create a record in the case object. Okay, so these are the different clouds we are going to cover: marketing cloud, sales cloud, and service cloud. Say for example, Apple is trying to launch one new phone. Okay, and in some countries there is no market for Apple. Okay, even after 2010 only, there is some market for Apple phones in India. Before 2010 there is no Apple phone in India. Okay, so after iPhone 4 4s, the business is improved in India. Suppose they wanted to improve their business in India, so what they do is they see some, they will be having their own marketing strategies. So different people will follow different marketing strategies. Some people, they feel it is very good to have TV advertisements. Some people think that it is very good to have big hoardings in the main cities and in the very crowded areas. And like in movie theaters, scrolls, something, we have different strategies for our advertisement. Like social media we have, so there are many strategies. So suppose the Apple company wanted to uh, have a campaign is something like, you guys might have seen, like if there is a newly launched two-wheeler or four-wheeler in India, they'll be having some vehicle for test ride on the roadside, and they'll be talking to the customers. If anyone is interested, the customer, I mean the person, can go for a test ride. So something like that. So in a crowded area, the people will be having that kind of setup. So suppose Apple also decided that I need to have a campaign in almost all the crowded areas of India. So as it is Apple, many people will definitely get attracted, and they come there and they see the products and they talk to the representative there. And what the representative will do, he'll be taking the details. Whenever you do a test drive, he will be asking you for your phone number, your email, and some of your contact details, right? So in the same way, if suppose you are very much interested and you wanted to know the new features of the iPhone, then you'll be talking to the representative over there. So you'll be asking him what are the new features and what is the price, and is there any EMI facility, some kind of stuff you are gonna discuss with him. So in that case, what the representative will do, he'll be asking you for your first name, last name, email, contact number, and all these things. So what these people will do with all that customer information, all the people information. Okay, so the representative duty is to just collect the customer data. Okay, so he'll be submitting it to the marketing department. So we have a special object in our Salesforce called leads. Okay, so what is lead? So what I can define lead is not a customer. He is not yet our customer. Okay, in future he may be our customer, but till now he is not yet our customer. A lead is a person who is interested to buy our product or service. Okay, so companies are not just doing business with the products, they are also doing business with the service. Suppose take broadband service. Okay, uh, power service, something like that. We are not buying them, we are just using them. Okay, so something like that. So the customer may be offering products or services. So a lead is nothing but a person who is interested to buy our product or service. Okay, so from all the strategies of marketing, we'll be getting lot of data, and we will be moving that data into lead object. Okay, so there ends the marketing people role. Marketing people, they have done their job, that's it. So after that it comes to the sales team. Okay, so sales team, if there are multiple people, they will be sharing the leads. Okay, so something like, if you go and if you go to some postpaid service company, suppose some Idea or Airtel or Vodafone. So you logged into the website and you just logged in and you just created a account and you don't have any postpaid mobile. So definitely what the people will be doing, they will be calling you regularly, at least once in 2 days or once in 3 days, something like that. They will be continuously calling you, like, are you interested in this service? We have this offer, we have that offer. They will be luring you, they'll be trying to convince you, they try to attract you. Okay, so to attract you, they'll be giving some initial offers to you, like, if you join today we have this offer, something like that. So the goal of sales people is to convince a person so that that person is going to buy the product or use the service. Okay, and this is the duty of sales people. And we have service cloud. Suppose you bought a brand new iPhone and after 2 months you found that the signal strength is poor and the product is not as you expected. Then what do? Definitely you raise a complaint with the Apple. Okay, so maybe as it is having customers globally, they'll be having some millions of customers, and every day there will be some thousands of cases, thousands of complaints. See, recently this is Samsung some note phone is after heating, the phone is getting blasted. Okay, so there are many incidents of that. So what the company has to do, the company has to roll back all the phones. The company has to take all the phones. Maybe they have taken all the phones. So before that, a lot of people may be raising complaints saying that my phone is also getting very, very much heated, something like that. So we need to address the complaints in very efficient manner so that the customer has to feel okay, these people are very responsible, they are immediately responding. Okay, they are providing very good service, something like that. Okay, if your phone is getting very much heat, then sometimes these store people will give you some other phone until your product is replaced. They'll be giving you some normal phone so that you can use it. So what you feel, okay, there is no problem, anyway I can use another phone until I get my phone. So something like that, we have to satisfy the customer, so we should treat them in such a way that they should not leave us. The ultimate goal is we should retain them with us only. They should not go to any other competitor. Okay, so that is the goal of service cloud people. So Salesforce is dealing with all these three: marketing, sales cloud, and service cloud. Okay, so that is why it has got that much importance. Okay, so this is about basics of Salesforce and its business functionality. Okay, so yeah, I show you how we can uh, convert a lead to a customer. Okay, suppose I have got too many leads, so I create a new lead. Okay, so already I have some leads, maybe I created them before. Okay, I create a new lead, say some test lead, company, some techem, phone. Okay, lead source, see we have these many lead source. So from where we got that lead, from web or from phone inquiry, referral, something like that. So we can have many values, we can create many values. So saying that we, for this instance, let us take this as web and see the campaign. From which campaign? We have not created any campaign records. Okay, so you can select the campaign here. Industry, what industry it is, rating. So what is the annual revenue of that lead? Maybe he is a person or a company. Okay, so some companies also need other companies service, right? Okay, so this may be, if this is a company record, then say something like this. So AP Genco is main. Say we have too many electricity companies. Okay, so they are providing electricity to households and businesses and industries. Okay, so a industry can become a customer to the power generating company, right? So that is the reason we'll be taking this annual revenue also. Okay, so we'll be estimating the worthy, the business of the customer. So sometimes we'll be taking that also, and email, website, whatever details we need, we can take email. And address. Right. So something I used it previously, that is why it is auto populated. Google Chrome autofill option it is. There is nothing to worry about it. Okay, and save. So I saved a lead record. So I collected some basic information from the person. He is not a customer. He is just contacted us on some of our products or some of our services. To know information about some of our products or some of our services, he contacted us. Okay. So you can see the button here, convert. Okay, this is a standard functionality of Salesforce. You can see this button, convert. So click on this button, convert, and it is asking you, do you want to create a opportunity or not? If you don't want to create a opportunity, I tell you what is opportunity, then you can click this one. Then the opportunity will not be created. Okay, but I want to create opportunity also. Okay, so click on convert. These are all mandatory fields. Give some values. So there is some workflow. Unable to convert lead, that is used by workflow. So we have a workflow. So that is why we are unable to create. So this is actually my previous account and there is a lot of functionality developed in it. So let me sign out of this one, and we have created something new. So we'll take that. What it is, my training something. Let me check the username for the new account. This is the username. So this is the verification mail. For security purposes, if you want, you can have that. I don't want to register my phone. Right. So go to lead. Nothing, no functionality is developed in it. This is very new. Okay. So let me give some more information. Lead source, web, industry, give some industry, address. Okay. Right. Save this one. So we have a button convert here. Click on convert. Click on convert. Okay. So where it has taken you, now you are navigated to account. Previously you are in lead. So whenever you are converting, account is created, and if you see here, here is a contact record. One contact is created, and here is a opportunity record. One opportunity is created. So whenever we are converting a lead, what is happening? Account, opportunity, contact and opportunity. Okay, so whenever we convert a lead, a account and contact and opportunity records will be created. Okay, so what we have given information, so this is the address I have given in the lead record. This address record is got copied here. Okay, and you can have this phone and some of the other information. Okay, and go to contact. This is the contact. So contact will be taking all the contact information from the lead. This is happening automatically. Whenever you are converting lead, these records are created. See, phone information, mobile information, even email information, okay, address information, all these are copied. And see the opportunity. Opportunity deals with amount. What is the amount of business we can generate? What is the revenue we can generate with this person? Those details will be there in the opportunity. See here, expected revenue, amount to expected revenue. These are all, all the business revenue items will be there in the opportunities. Okay, right. So let me explain this layout for you. This is account record. See, account is highlighted here. So this is account record. Okay, right. So if you come down, you can see all the details of the account, and there are some related lists. All these things are called related lists to the account. Okay, so all these are related lists. So one account will have all these things like cases. Suppose he is a customer. Is there any cases pending with this customer? Does he raised any cases, any complaints? Are there any cases still pending? So all the information will be there in the cases. So suddenly if you want to contact this customer, then you can have the information in the contacts. Okay, so opportunity information will be there, and open activities. So if there are any pending tasks, any pending events associated with this account, you can have them. You can create a new task. Okay, so subject, what is the subject? Email, call. So some future activities, like you will be having some sticky notes, right? So I keep sticky notes here. If something I have to do something, so I'll be having the schedule like this, and I'll be keeping sticky notes. So something like that, similar. Okay, so subject, what you have to call him at what time? Before due date. So before this time I have to call, right? Okay, so all this information like this you can create and you can save. Okay, see here. So open activities. So you have to call this customer. What is the due date? This is the due date. Status. What is the status? Not started. So if you called him and that is already done, then you can edit it and you can update the status to completed. Okay. If you started communicating but he is not responded, you can keep it in progress. And you called him and he responded to you and you have completed the task, then you can put it as completed and save. Okay, so this is the open activities. See, now there are no activities now. That activity is completed, that is why it is removed from here. Okay, only the pending activities can be listed here, right? Next, activity history, what you have done with the customer. So this open activities item in the open activities has been moved to activity history, because this is the history of this account record. So some, like, uh, you made a call to a bank, say something like Axis Bank. Okay, so once you called them and there is no proper response, and again second time you called, there is no proper response, third time you called, no proper response. And in the fourth time, you are very angry and you wanted to report this entire situation to the manager. Then they'll be having the history, track history, so that whenever the manager or any senior authority comes here, he can see how many times you contacted and what is the problem there. So something like that. So everything will be tracked, how many times the customer contacted and how many times the representative contacted the customer. So what is the issue going on? So everything is recorded because it is the data of the customers and customer is the business. Okay. So some people really, they don't like, some companies, they don't like customer going out from them. Okay. So they try to retain the customers as long as they can. Okay. So the motto is to, there should be some satisfaction for the customer, so that then only they'll be staying with us. So that is why they take much care of the data of the customers and complaints of the customers. Okay. So that is why we'll be storing all the activity history here. So notes and attachments, if you want to if you want to attach any document, okay, if you want to add any notes, you can add. Okay. So partners, that is no need for you right now. Okay. So this is the basic thing of the customer data here. Okay. And in the same way, you can go to contact. See here, when you go to contact, the contact tab is highlighted. So this is the contact information, opportunity, and all these things. The same thing here. Okay. And the same is with the opportunity. We'll be having some related lists. Okay. So opportunity will be having products. So because what kind of products he is using, what he is buying with us. So all the product information will be here. Okay. Right. Next, see here, there is a contact role. So we got some contact. Suppose uh, we are a power generating company and we are supplying power to some Walmart. Okay. So suppose take some branch, a particular branch of Walmart. So he is our customer. I mean, the Walmart is the customer. So to whom we have to contact? If there is something wrong, if we wanted to contact Walmart, to whom we have to contact and what is the role of the person we are going to contact. So this information will be here. Okay. Okay. So see here, title, department, okay, reports to, and all these things. So what is his title and what is his department? So this is the contact information, right? So that is about contact roles. So this is the basic business going on in the Salesforce. I guess this is too late, and you guys have to do too much also. So you need to create your own account, your own Salesforce account, and you try to create a lead and convert it and see whether a account and contact records are created or not. Okay. So just do this one. So tomorrow morning we'll be having a class. So if possible, you can join in the morning, or if possible, you can also join in the evening.